I'm going to show you how I set dogs up for success through crate training. I have pieces of cardboard. I'll take that away and then you can see the dog better. But when I put the dog to bed at night, I'll take these pieces of cardboard and I'll put it around the dog's crate, kennel, house, bedroom to make it feel a little bit more cozy. I also use these pieces of cardboard if the dog, now for filming purposes I move the crate, but let's say the dog was whiny while I was eating dinner, I'll just take that piece of cardboard and I'll put it right in front of the kennel and the dog loses their view and they tend to settle a little bit more. Okay? So I wanted to show you, these are great, these are little trifolds, you can get them at any supply store, and they're not only great for your children to do projects on, they're great for dogs. So I use them to help settle a dog and feel more comfortable. As a teacher for your dog, you're going to have your dog for another 10 to 20 years, depending on the breed and their health and when you got them. But you're their teacher for when they live with you. Similar to humans, you're going to teach a human if you have children or you don't have children, but whenever we're around young people, we're teaching them. We're actually educating them by the way we behave, by the way we drive, and what we do. So I set my classroom up for success. I have a board on top of the kennel so nothing can fall in to the dog's crate. I already have the food allotment for the day right in a bowl right here. I have the leashes and collars right here because they're going to go on this particular dog before it comes out. This dog's only been with me, this is morning number 9. When it first got here, it barked and it whined and it couldn't settle in the crate. It's still working on that. But I'll show you in a minute how we wait for the dog to relax and how I reward it when it relaxes in this controlled environment. Try not to see it as a cage or, oh, it's cruel to put the animals in here. It's no different than when children are raised, they're put in a little playpen or they're in a little bouncy seat. You do have to control their movement to keep them safe. So with dogs, in order to help them relax, the best way is to use a crate when you have an anxious dog. You can do it other ways, but the dog's going to have to be with you on a leash. And this dog is still on a leash when it comes out. Good. So set your classroom up. Be ready to take your dog out of the crate and teach. Because when we take it out of the crate, we're going to go outside and go to the bathroom before we do anything else. If a dog was whining and barking a lot in a crate, you've probably heard some people will use bark collars or e-collars or pager collar to help the dog settle in the crate. And that might be a tool that would be right for maybe another dog. But for this particular dog, it came along nicely just when it would relax. Watch what I do. Good. I put some of the dog's food in the crate. So this dog learned basically in 9 days. This is only morning number 9. I haven't had it all day. So in less than 10 days, you can have a dog that's more relaxed in your kennel if you come in and out of the kennel the same way all day and don't give your dog a bunch of freedom to run around when you have an anxious, nervous dog. Okay? So when I come over to the kennel, I'm going to have the collar and I'm going to jingle it because I want to desensitize the dog to the leash or the collar and that it means anything. Another helpful little tool that I like to use is the leash is hooked onto the collar. So I'm going to jingle, and I'll even set it back down if the dog doesn't settle. If the dog settled, I'm going to pick it back up. I'm going to reward if the dog does not get up. Good. Okay. If this dog, now we're further along, started getting up and lunging forward, I would shut the door. I go open, shut, open, shut, open, shut really fast. But if the dog did not cooperate, I just shut and I stop again. Usually I have a chair right here and I'll read a book until the dog settles. If you do this work, I, in my 40 years, have seen dogs settle very quickly within 2 days, 3 days, It doesn't matter how long it takes. Again, most humans, their education is 12 years. So you're going to always be teaching this dog, but I know with crate training, if you could take off a few days, if you have to do, if you're off on weekends, take off on that Friday, work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with your dog, you will have a calmer dog in your crate if you do this all day long. And the dog gets tired. So after the dog has learned when I come with this not to get up, and you do it with food reward, I will add a word, and I will, oops, the dog got up, so I'm not going to do anything yet. He's looking for food, that's okay. So watch what happens next though. I've got this. I don't teach a down or a sit in here. Good. Wait. I'll give a little hand signal. Wait. And the collar goes on. I don't chase dogs to go put their collar and leash on. So now that's clipped on. Good. And then I come right in and the dog gets more food. Again, the dog doesn't want to jump out because it gets food. If the dog stays in that down, good. So this is how I will do it all day long. And the first several days, so the dog's up, but the dog's not going to be released to come out. I can even say, oops, and I'll just wait. I can shut the door on the dog again. Even though the leash is on, I wouldn't leave it in here, I wouldn't walk away, but I can shut the door. I can lock the door again, and I can take all hands away, and we wait for the dog again to think. This is the dog solving the math problem all on its own. Let the dog solve the problem. If the dog started whining or barking or could not settle, you'll watch. I'll take the cardboard, I'll block the view, and I will move away from the kennel. When I hear the dog go into a down, I'll come back, okay? So we're just going to wait it out. Because this dog, again, he's come along very nice, and I'm just going to wait for him. If he does not go into the down, watch, I'm going to move away, because he's going to know that he's not going to come out of the crate unless I get that. So let's wait for the dog. Just wait. I'm talking because you guys are here, but ideally, I'm not going to be talking. I'll read a book, all right? So we're going to wait the dog out. Just keep waiting. I'm so glad that he's not doing everything perfect so that you can see what I do. And I moved the crate a little bit, so he might be like, what's going on? But let's just wait for it. Some dogs will take the sit right at the beginning, and I'm going to walk back with the sit. I'm going to come back into the environment because the dog's thinking, again, when he first came here, that he would have shouted at me. So again, got back up. I'm just going to wait. Good. Did you hear that I say good? No release word. I'm not using a marker word, and I'm not using a clicker because I don't want the dog to move from that spot. Wait. Good. Good. This food I'm going to put right in his mouth because I really don't want him to get up. And then watch what I do with the food still in my hand. Now I'm going to give it a release. Okay. Right here. Good. Never release to just run out of the crate. That's why I put a leash on as soon as they come out of the crate. They're right into a command. It's not a okay and they get to go. I go okay right here. Or okay sit as they learn obedience. Okay down. Okay with me. So find your words that you want. But now that he's out here with me, oops, I will just ask gently with the leash. You can see he's going right back into the down, and then right here he gets a little more food. This dog happens to be really slow when he goes out to go to the bathroom in the morning, and so I'm never rushed, which is really nice with him. I don't rush the education in the morning. I also, when I'm trying to work a dog to be calm, you're not going to see me give a lot of love and affection. You're not going to see me go, oh my God, what a good boy. That's going to excite him. What you are going to hear is a tone that is soothing to the dog to be calmer. I also would never give food if this dog was whining or anxious or barking at me. Now this is only, he's barely a year old. Good. So I didn't reward him when he popped into the fist. I just waited till he backed away. Good. Okay? So that's the first step of getting a great foundation with your dog. Start with the crate. Take your time. Once you get them out, unless it's a young puppy, and if you need to get right out the door, be prepared to go right out the door. Put your kennel as close to the door that you're training to go in and out. If you live in a large house, do not change what direction you go if you have a puppy. I'm going to add that little bit in there for you. It's better when you are shaping a dog that's nervous or fearful or anything. Keep a nice little basic routine, something the animal can rely on so that you can build that relationship with that dog, and that dog can feel very safe and secure around you. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody that can help them feel safe. I'll show you next how I go in and out of the doors in the next video, but this was how to crate train a dog that's already used to a crate. If the dog wasn't used to the crate, that's another video called Beginning Crate Training. But hope you have a great day teaching your canine, and every time you're with your dog, you're teaching. Good job. Let's go.